Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren all across South Florida. Shout out to South Florida, all right? Shout out to the Panthers, man. Like, four in a row since the All-Star break, going for five tonight. I'll be there tonight at the BB&T Center. So, shout out to the Panthers. Shout out to the home team. But this is a video, okay? This video, boxing prospect review. We're going to be talking about the very lovely but equally talented Alycia Baumgardner. Okay, now Alycia Baumgardner, she's 4-0, four knockouts, women's boxer on the come up. From what I've seen, a lot of potential, with this girl, a lot of potential. She's got pretty good fundamentals. Very strong for women. She was a great athlete. Very athletic, very strong. She grew up. She started boxing at 8 years old, but she also grew up doing wrestling and track. So if you do those sports, you got to be strong to do those sports. So she comes, from she's a great athlete to begin with. She had a pretty good amateur career. She had 164 wins, 9 losses. So she's been doing this boxing thing for a minute. She's got a lot of experience with it. And with Alycia, she comes from Ohio, I believe Fremont, Ohio. She's worked with a lot of fighters in the area. Robert Easter Jr. is, I know, someone that he's fought in the undercard. I think they even box in the same gym. So she's no stranger to these top fighters from Ohio. And I look at just her skill set. I look at like the things she does well. And granted, with women's boxing, I know with her, she hasn't fought really anybody that good. But that doesn't really matter because women's boxing, you could fight a bunch of tomato cans, but if it's still hard to get the knockout. A lot of top female fighters, despite how much better they might be than their opponent, they struggle to get knockouts or stoppage victories. Like look at Clarissa Shields, a tremendous fighter in terms of skills, better than anybody in a weight class, but she has yet in her 4, 5, or 6, however many fights she has, she's been yet to score a knockdown in the professional ranks. So the fact that we have Alycia Baumgardner, regardless of the opposition, coming in, knocking out and stopping 4 opponents in a row, that's definitely something we should applaud from her. Now with Alycia Baumgardner, she was the main sparring partner for the undisputed champion, Cecilia Brækhus. They did a lot of work together. I believe she prepared her for her fight with Michaela Lauren, or Natalie Lauren. I forgot, not Natalie Lauren, Michaela Lauren. And Cecilia won that fight via stoppage, if I'm not mistaken. So, she got good work in the gym with her, and Cecilia spoke very highly of her. So when you work with someone of that caliber and she respects you, and then you yourself are strong in the ring, the ability to stop opponents, which is something that not a lot of women's fighters do. There's not a lot of big punching women's fighters. So when you do see one, you got to appreciate them, like the Amanda Serranos of the world. So I look at her, and she's got a lot going for her. She's very talented, very athletic, very strong. But then you look at like her weight class, right? Because a lot of times you can be a talented women's fighter but not have the opponents around your weight. Now I look at her. She fights at right now. Alycia Baumgardner is currently campaigning at the weight class of super featherweight, 126 pounds. Right. I think it's 126. No, 135. It's 135, I believe. She's campaigning. 135 is lightweight. 130 is super feather. So she's at 130 right now. And you look at her weight class right now, and there's really not too many notable names in her weight class. Like you go on box, let's say we go on box, we'll look through her weight class. Like there really ain't too many notable names, right? So you got Alycia Baumgardner, and you go to page 1 over here. Let's see, page 1. Let's see who we got on page 1 over here. We got the likes of Natasha Jones and Shelly Vincent are really the only 2 names that stand out to me on this list. But when you go a weight class higher up to lightweight, right? That's where the money fights. That's where Alycia Baumgardner is going to make her name and stake her claim in the sport if she should choose to make 130. I don't know what her situation is, but you got some names up at 130, man. You got the likes of Katie Taylor. You got the likes of Delphine Persoon, who has been doing big things in Germany. Jessica McCaskill, who recently had a good fight with Katie Taylor. You have the former world champion Ikram Kurwat. You have her. You got Michaela Mayer. There's some names to be had there. Even the Vivian Obanovs of the world. If you wanted to make a fight like that, there's some decent names at 130. With the big names mainly being Katie Taylor, Michaela Mayer, Jessica McCaskill. There's fights for Alycia Baumgardner. So I'm looking at her career. I'm looking at the trajectory of everything. Like, man, she keeps building herself up. She keeps getting the right fights. I would love to see in the future maybe like a fight with Herbert and Katie Taylor. I think that fight would make a lot of sense if they can start building Alicia's name up, maybe getting her on some cards. And that could be a fight, where you have the whole America versus Ireland thing going on. So I'm not against that. But with her combination of skills, KO power, the opponent she will have if she decides to move up, and her, no disrespect, but like her looks as well. Like that does play a role in women's boxing. Like she has a lot of things going for her. She does have a lot of things going for her, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plans out. Now she did cite Vasily Lomachenko as one of her favorite fighters in boxing right now. So she has good taste in fighting. She's got to be smart if she's saying that. And she signed to Evander Holyfield's Real Deal Promotions. She was, I don't know if she's the only right now, but I know she was the first female boxer that Evander Holyfield signed. So I think it'll be an interesting thing that I'll keep my eye on, like as far as how Evander decides to move this fighter. Will she just be a just like many other top women's fighters? Will she just be another filler type of opponent, not opponent, but like filler as far as a filler fight on the card? Will she just be one of those women's fighters that's stuck on the untelevised portion of major cards, never getting really exposure and never breaking through? Or will Evander Holyfield be pulling power moves to get her in the position? I mean, it makes perfect sense because if you look at Evander Holyfield, he's got his promoter's license in New York, right? And I know, if I'm not mistaken, I think I could be dead wrong. Let me go check this. Right or wrong, but I feel like Alicia's fought on those Lou DiBella like BB King undercards. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she has. I feel like she has, but let me see if I'm right or wrong. Alycia Baumgardner, where's she at? Fuck she at? Let's see. Nah, I'm wrong. I'm getting her confused. I'm getting her confused with somebody else. I'm getting her confused with Alycia Napoleon because Alycia Napoleon fights on the BB King cards. But with Alycia Baumgardner, it would make sense. Like if I'm not mistaken, I feel like Evander has used BB King's as a venue, right? So being that he's using BB King's in New York, then that would open the door for Evander Holyfield. Supposedly, this is me thinking off the top of my head. I haven't even researched this, but he should be able to work with Lou DiBella. Like you're in New York, you're a promoter on the come up. Lou DiBella should be someone you work with, and the reason I'm even bringing Lou DiBella up in the first place is because a year and some change ago, Lou DiBella brought up the idea of having an all-women's card, which I wouldn't be against. Like I think the top level women's fighters should get that exposure, and a lot of times they have a lot to prove, so they be fighting harder than the men, and so. I wouldn't mind seeing a showbox card with like a top women, like you throw Clash of Shields on the card, Alycia Baumgardner, fighters that magnitude, and I think you'd have a pretty good show on your hands. But Alycia Baumgardner has a lot of potential. I think, I spent a lot of time hyping up Seniesa Estrada because I think Seniesa Estrada has a chance to really break through if moved properly, and be a star in women's boxing. But if there was a dark horse that most people really aren't talking about right now, that I feel will be and has the makings to be a star in women's boxing, and one of the most exciting fighters in women's boxing, it'd be this girl right here. I think she has a lot of good ingredients to make a good fighter and a good talent in and out the ring. So that's my take on Alycia Baumgardner. She's fighting her next fight tomorrow. Right now, at the time I'm shooting this video, it's February 9th, 2018, 1:19 p.m. here in Dania, Florida. Tomorrow, at the time of this video, she'll be fighting a girl by the name of what's her name? I have it right here. Her name is Nadia. What is it? I had it right here. Fuck, did it go? Nadia. She's fighting a girl named Nadia Feliciano. Now, Nadia Feliciano doesn't have a good record. I think she's like 9-9 with 3 draws. She's a whatever type of fighter. Cannon fought her opponent. She fought Michaela Mayer her last fight. Nadia Feliciano doesn't have any knockouts either, so there's really not much that I've never seen her fight, but it looks like she doesn't have much to offer up. In her last fight, she fought Michaela Mayer, who signed a top-ranked Olympian. She's getting a lot of hype right now. And she fought Michaela Mayer to a draw, and she's never been stopped before. So it would be a good measuring stick for Alycia Baumgardner, who has stopped all 4 of her opponents. Can she stop this girl? And I think that'd be a good barometer to see where she's at in terms of maybe those bigger fights down the road, because I would like to see her get those opportunities and just continue pushing not just women's boxing, but boxing forward in general, because she can fight. She really can fight. So that's my opinion on Alycia Baumgardner. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, what do you think about Alycia or anything I may have said about her? Yeah, take the time to subscribe, and take care.